can find a virtuous woman. When I think about this passage, it reflects to me that this is not someone who's readily available. This is someone who takes some searching in order to find her. To be a virtuous woman is like a ruby. A ruby is something that's very precious, is very costly. It's something that many people seek after, but very few can actually find it or can afford it. When you are walking in virtue, you're not just for everybody. You're not to be settling for just any man. Everyone does not have the money, if you will, to purchase you because your price is of high value. I think a lot of women who are single are asking themselves, why can I not find anyone, or why is no one finding me? Virtue actually causes you to be hidden. Virtue actually causes you to be hidden. And you're hidden from the wrong people, and you're reserved for the right person. And one thing that you have to realize, when it comes to something that is precious, if God has his hand on you, you're definitely something of great value. You're definitely precious. And God is the best matchmaker there is out here. You know, like a father reserves his daughter for the right one, a father is very picky when it comes to who is marrying his daughter. And we have to look at the Lord the same way. When it comes to the Lord wanting someone to come into our life, they have to meet a certain criteria in our Father's eyes. You know, I've heard of a lot of fathers saying that the men who they would come to their house, they would be so terrified of the father because the father was very protective of that daughter, and within reason he should be, because that is his little girl. He's like, you're not going to just take my daughter and do whatever you want to, and if you do something to my daughter, I'm going to hunt you, I'm going to find you. There's been movies and a lot of things that have been said behind that, and we have to look at the Lord as being just like that. He's overprotective of his daughters. He does not want you just having anyone. Now, we can go out there and we can find someone ourselves, but the Word of God tells us that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. It's the man that's going to be doing the looking and the searching and the hunting for this ruby he's after. I believe that men have in their mind a ruby. I think every man wants to hit the jackpot when it comes to finding that one special woman who fits every criteria that he can actually possibly dream of. And a man of God is going to find that in someone who's connected to the Spirit like he is. That individual or that ruby is not going to be all the way flawless, but they're going to carry a price tag of a ruby based on them being connected to the Lord. The Lord pretty much makes up the difference of the things and the flaws that that ruby may have. Someone is trying to find a virtuous woman. You're not in a place where it's just look at me, I show that I'm a virtuous woman. It's something that someone has to discover about you, that you are this virtuous woman, that you are this precious ruby. Someone getting to know you. They cannot get to know you by looking on the outside. They have to get to know you by talking with you and communing with you. You have to understand that God hides things that are precious to him. And he hides things in a number of ways. And what I see with that is him shielding that person, because that person is very precious to him. Everybody cannot connect with you. Everyone cannot be with you because you are precious. And so when it comes to being a virtuous woman, which a lot of us women would love to be, or a lot of women aspire to be, virtue has to do with what's in that heart of that woman. The things that's in your heart is going to actually show up on the outside. It's going to shine. It's going to sparkle. That light within you, that light source that's within you, is going to shine from the inside outward. If a woman's heart is in the right place, God can actually cause that woman to actually walk in virtue. He can lead and guide her, and he can mold her into that woman of virtue. Because the question could be, how can I be a woman of virtue? And it's just your heart being in the right place and allowing God to take care of the rest. Then you can accomplish the things that you see in Proverbs 31. You're seeing her doing a lot of things. You know, no one on their own can have these virtues. These virtues come from the Lord. So my advice or my tip of wisdom would be to connect with the Lord so that you can walk in virtue, as was described in Proverbs 31. And then that special someone, or whoever God chooses, can find you, because that is the ruby he's been searching after.